What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to my 2K16 MyCareer. Let's play Ebenezers Revenge, fighting your boy, Bork Laser, I reckon, here on Raw. Even though I'm fighting him at the pay-per-view, which is Payback, which is, soon, which is this week, in the game anyway. So, let us get into that. Let us fight him. Obviously, main event, I am still your World Heavyweight Champion. And let us get into some of that nonsense. End of the week, it is Friday once again. Rest in peace, Blackjack Mulligan. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. As soon as I hit the lights here and turn this on, I felt a bit lightheaded, so that sucks, but we've got wrestling to discuss. There are things going on, yeah. So, Blackjack was sick for a bit, obviously. There was a week, it was a couple weeks ago, or it was, a month or so ago, that Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas, his grandsons, had missed Raw because he was, not doing great. So he was 73. He was up there for a wrestler to hit 73. That is certainly, up there, because the wrestling business will chew you up and spit you out. But otherwise, in terms of news headlines, only one other one that I'd seen. And that was Rene Dupree. Remember him? I don't. Has lodged a lawsuit over royalty payments. But apparently, in the contract that he signed, he's not allowed to sue for those payments. So, apparently didn't read his contract well enough. Or something. I don't know. But I think he'll probably lose that lawsuit, if I had to wager a guess. Otherwise, just kind of, fighting your boy Bork Laser here. Feeling real lightheaded, which is not good for doing videos. I don't know what the fuck's going on today. I've got more videos to record. I hopefully will snap out of this and get back in my normal mode. If I sound a little bit weird, it's because I still feel a little bit sick. And my apologies on that one. Butterfly, Powerbomb. But there was some stuff that I wanted to discuss today. It seems like most of you guys thought that Roman Reigns will hold the belt until the next Mania, at the very least, but might not break CM Punk's record of 434 days. Now, there was an insider on Reddit who felt like the current plan was to have Roman hold the belt until at least SummerSlam. And so there are 4 pay-per-views between now and SummerSlam. And that's convenient, considering the Fatal 4-Way, on Raw. Then you could totally see the next 4 pay-per-views that Roman's opponents would be AJ Styles, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, and Cesaro. And then that brings you right into SummerSlam, which conveniently would be the returns of, theoretically, Seth Rollins or John Cena as your SummerSlam opponent. And whether or not he loses it to Rollins or Cena, there's a triple threat situation could happen. That all lines up pretty well. That, for your next 4 pay-per-view opponents. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Obviously, a lot of things could happen between now and then. More guys can get hurt between now and then. The injuries have been rampant in WWE the past couple of, months. So, but that seems to me like a pretty good roadmap. If they're going to have him hold the belt until SummerSlam, those 4 guys as your pay-per-view opponent seems like a pretty good roadmap for establishing the Roman Empire, whatever else nonsense garbage that they're going to do. And whether or not he manages to get over between now and then, whether or not he manages to turn to a heel between now and then, all those things remain to be seen. But certainly I could see him holding it until SummerSlam and then losing it to either Rollins or Cena. Those seem logical. And I would imagine, most guys when they're out for a few months, regardless of whether or not they're a heel or a face, it seems like they come back as a face. So, I think it'd be difficult to bring back Rollins as a heel. Because people are going to want to cheer for him when he comes back. But, that kind of remains to be seen. Either way. And so let's finish. We're just squashing Brock Lesnar here. Seriously. He is getting squashed to the max. And then I think that is how they usually do things with these kinds of, not necessarily a singles match, but usually whoever gets the last word on Raw is the guy who loses at the pay-per-view. So this is the go-home show here for this stuff. So, Ebenezer Driver. This being the go-home show, I just squash the crap out of Brock and then lose to him at the pay-per-view for the title, which I would assume would be for the title. But I don't actually know yet until I actually get there, until I actually get to Payback. I don't actually know that. And I'm shocked. I am shocked that Brock is now mounting an offense, apparently. Screw you, Brock. Just pin him. That's a fucking rope break. How is it not? Alright. Just running roughshod on the final boss of wrestling, Brock Lesnar. Like, seriously. Stay down. Stay down, Brock. Just stay down. And there we go. We're going to Kevin Nash at the pay-per-view as I attempt to be a 3-time world champion. That's kind of the plan, right now, I guess. We'll see. It occurs to me that maybe I'm a bit lightheaded because I'm recording this so close to lunchtime, and I haven't had lunch yet. And that just might do it. Having a really, you're going to have me fight Brock twice and then at the pay-per-view. Fucking really. Alright, let's fucking go. Win a match after a signature. That's just fucking stupid. This is fucking... I'm fighting Brock again and again and again. Main event, yeah, sure, fine, but, not 3 times in the same fucking week. I'm just gonna run roughshod through him again, and then lose to him at the pay-per-view? What sense does that make to anybody? That is poor booking, no matter how you shake it out. That is poor booking. No different stipulation, no, it's just a regular match. Been playing this game for almost 40 hours now, and yeah, it starts to fall apart after 10 hours. It really does. But I want to get in that Hall of Fame at some point, so let's just have our rematch here with Brock again and do the same shit again to your boy here. I'm actually, I might just get myself disqualified because honestly, who fucking cares? I'm fighting him at the pay-per-view and losing, unless they've adjusted his AI here to just totally trounce me, like I trounced him 5 minutes ago. I don't understand the fucking point of this. I really don't. Anyway, the other thing I want to discuss here, that I didn't really get much of a chance to discuss on my Raw reactions, and, earlier in the week, was Zack Ryder winning the IC belt and then losing it immediately a day later. And people on the internet, man, were mad about that. Obviously, people want to get behind Zack Ryder, even though he's kind of, not been doing great since his original big push. He is a likable guy that people want to get behind, right? So, understandably, they'd be upset with what happened to him at, the Raw after Mania, losing it a day, day after he won it. Now, I'm of two minds of this, because obviously in wrestling, there's always that thing of, okay, just the promotion, and the wrestlers are always, look, we know you're upset, wait and see where it goes. And that's, in theory, okay, because, obviously we aren't privy to, the machinations and inner workings of the booking and creative, and that's theoretically a good idea. The problem is, 8 times out of 10, wait and see where it goes, it doesn't fucking go anywhere. Or, it goes to the worst place possible, because somehow the Summer of Punk ended up with Triple H fighting Kevin Nash in a fucking ladder match. So, or, Extreme Rules match, or whatever it was. The point is, wait and see where it goes can occasionally, and more often than not, does go terribly wrong. So, Kimura lock, oh crap. So, I think, and this is something that, I'd like to see happen, I think having Miz as the champion and having Ryder chase after the belt, there's more money in that. There's a better payoff with him eventually winning it back from The Miz after a hard-fought chase. Like, that's, if you were back in the territory days, that's where the money is, right? Problem being, this is modern-day WWE, and they have a habit of not actually paying off their angles in any real capacity. So, that's my concern, is that you've got a built-in, feel-good story here for Zack Ryder to, chase after the belt, go after The Miz, and win the belt back, and be, this big fan favorite with the IC belt, and then have a good run from there. The problem is, will they actually pull the trigger on that? Or will it just get lost in the fucking shuffle, etc., etc.? Because things tend to get lost in the shuffle a lot. And, do they just kind of put the IC belt on Miz and then kind of forget about it? Because, whatever. So, that's my concern there, is that they won't follow through with it. And, the money in wrestling is in the follow-through. Like, do what you're supposed to do with it. Tell your story. And, so if that's what they're going to do, if they're going to have a great story there, and they're going to have, Ryder as the underdog face chasing the heel Miz, that works. But if they botch that, then what was the point of having him, I know the point of having him win it is because you always want to have a shocking moment at Mania, right? You always want to have something happen that was not expected at Mania. And Ryder winning it certainly meets that criteria, considering that, very predictable Roman Reigns winning the world title was not at all unexpected. I get that part of it, right? So, certainly I can see why. Was that a big boot? I don't even know. I can see why you'd have Ryder win it as your shocking moment, because obviously, I expected either Owens to retain or Sami Zayn to win and kick off, the further adventures of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. A 15-year rivalry or some shit like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping they build a good program between Miz and Ryder. Obviously, you can involve Maurice. If you wanted to really get weird there, you could involve Ryder's actual girlfriend, Emma, if you didn't know that. But obviously, Emma is a heel. That doesn't really work. You could, theoretically set up a mixed tag between Miz and Maurice, if you're keeping her around. If you're not, well, fucking, who knows. But there is certainly a mixed tag that could happen there at, say, a pay-per-view, etc., etc. But, who knows? It all remains to be seen. I'm just hoping they don't fuck it up. That's all I'm hoping for. Just don't fuck it up. He reversed the F5. He reversed the F5. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy. I reckon I'm going to get my F5 myself. Three. Suplex City. Really? Did not catch me off guard, Michael Cole. I don't think so. Nope, I'm getting out of here. Shouldn't have done that. Boom! Superman punch. I'm just gonna get disqualified in our lineup, or our lead up to the pay-per-view. Boom! Right in the butt. There we go. There we go. Ref didn't see the first one. It was real funny. What do you mean I'm disqualified? It was a street fight, right? Wants to shake my hand? Fuck that. There we go. We all know that Brock Lesnar's weakness is getting hit in the balls. Taker proved that. That's real funny. That is a real funny, got disqualified in the match because I felt that I'm done talking for right now. But also the cutscene was getting, hitting him in the balls. It's real funny. Are we going to get the lovely Renee Young interview? Authority order failed. Yeah, whatever. Win the match. Didn't want to win that match. Don't care. Nope. No Renee Young interview. That means tomorrow. Tomorrow is Payback. Live on the WWE Network. Can't talk today. and one-on-one title match. So I'm going to give Brock the fight of his life, and then Kevin Nash it and just lay down to lose my title. And then we'll see how the game handles rematches. That's the thing I'm most curious about. So, in real life, you get your automatic rematch clause, and whether or not the game handles that, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's tomorrow. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. You should watch them. I'm Attack Slug. See you next time, and I'm out.